Hey everyone, John here. It's Sunday again, 7 o'clock, let's see, May the 29th, almost into June, everybody. My goodness. Well, as you can see, I'm working on a Game of Thrones character, Theon Greyjoy. What a moody looking character, isn't he? I wanted to work on this guy and use pretty much the style and technique that I did on a previous one of Deadpool, Colossus, and Negasonic Warhead. I was looking at her, and I was really liking the way, a lot of the texture was showing up, even in her face and the hair. Let's see, I'll just show you. Let me save this, and let's go to her. Yeah, I know this is a close-up, but yet, there were just some certain things I was just really liking about it, and the way I was just overspraying it, and then working it back in with the darks, and then a lot of the whites, popping those back out, overspray it again with a neutral gray, or even speckled black and white, and then rework it some more. It was just some neat things that were showing up that I liked. So I wanted to try to incorporate it with this guy, and just see how far I can go with it. Right now, I just basically started on it yesterday, well, actually last night. Worked on it a little bit today. And this is as far as I got so far. It's a good start, and it's looking, pretty good. It's got some promise to it. He's got such angular features, and then his beard and mustache are almost non-existent because it's blonde. So it poses a little bit of a challenge, and here along his jawline, particularly over here, I'll probably have to knock that back a little bit, but it's still in the early stages. So it's looking pretty good, and I have plans to possibly put the Kraken in it. Not exactly sure where or how. I kind of have it in my head, but sometimes what I envision and what I draw doesn't seem to really work out. So it may or may not be there, but we'll see what happens. I want some interplay as far as some transparency going on, but yet you can tell that it's the family crest and everything. That's what I had planned for that. And so wish me well on that. And then another thing, my daughter and I were talking about that I should go back in and do a drawing that I did years and years and years ago of Young Guns, and redraw it, because I did that back in like 91, a long time ago, and I did it in color pencil, some gouache. I didn't own an airbrush at the time. If I did, I wore it out, but I didn't have one at the time, so it was just what I could do with gouache and color pencil, and it was okay. And the reproduction is really crappy. But I went to look for it in my portfolio. I found it, But there was one other one that I did even years before that, and it was one of Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Chuck Norris. Even back then, I had envisioned that they should do a movie together. And of course, obviously now we know, they've had the Expendables, and all three of them had played in a movie together, which I think is kind of funny. But this one depicts them in their prime, but it's a caricature. And let me pull that up for you. You'll get a hoot out of it. And let me think. I think I did this in '86. There it is. Yeah, check it out. Now, I apologize for it being clipped off over here. My scanner wouldn't accommodate the full picture, so I had to scan it in twice. And you can tell that it doesn't match up. There's some distortion going on. And then down here with his scabbard for the knife, it doesn't match up. But you get the idea. I mean, it was my attempt of caricatures back then. And you know what? I may redo this one. And check this out. I think I told you a story where I lost my portfolio, or my portfolio was destroyed because the car got stolen. Well, this is my attempt to hurry up and get some pieces of artwork in my portfolio, and I really didn't have the money for a lot of supplies. And I'm going to tell you something. I did have an airbrush this time. Check this out. Alright. This was done on tracing paper. I even airbrushed on it, and you can kind of tell, like right in here, where it started to warp on me. But I'm pretty sure I did this in '86. Yeah. 86. I think this was Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. Sylvester Stallone in one of his Rambo movies. And then, was this Lone Wolf McQuaid? I'm not for sure. Gosh, can't remember. Anyway, I really liked the way Chuck Norris turned out. He was kind of funny looking. But I might redo this one. Because, like I said, my daughter and I, we got to talking, and this might be something fun to do, to go back to some of my old drawings and paintings and update them. And do them again. And just compare them side by side. That might be a fun little feature. Let me know what you think. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's about it for today. Update as far as Nickelodeon. No words yet. They did say wait 1 to 2 weeks. So it's been a week. We'll wait another week, and maybe I'll hear back from them. And I hope so. And so, yeah, that's about it. It's been a pretty uneventful week as far as getting artwork done. I've just been busy with my quote-unquote real job. Man, it wears me out, I gotta tell you. Golly. I was telling my wife, I think it was yesterday, it feels like I've been sentenced to 4 years of hard labor with no parole in sight. The job is very physically demanding, and my body is feeling it. I hurt at the end of the day. Shoot, man, I hurt at the beginning of the day. Oh my, oh my. So, yeah, that's why I'm really hoping and praying that some of these jobs come through. I would much rather be doing artwork than pushing boxes around. I mean, I like the people I work with, don't get me wrong, and I thank God I have the job and a paycheck that comes in on a regular basis. But I'll do it for as long as I can, or until something better comes along. So yeah, that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then what else happened? Oh gosh, yeah. I was going to put up a new mailbox, right? And really simple job, put up a new mailbox, get it done, get back to work on some drawing, and got a new mailbox, a post, ready to go. I pulled the old one up out of the ground. Already had a hole. All I had to do is put the new one in it, but I needed to dig down just a little bit deeper, just to accommodate the height of the pole, so that's a good 2 feet in the ground. This other one was like maybe 12 to 14 inches, and it wobbled like crazy, and I wanted to do a good job. So I sunk that puppy in there, started digging a hole, and I busted my neighbor's water line. Could not believe it. I mean, who would have thought that by digging in the same hole, I'm going to hit somebody's water line? So, I had to go down to the neighbor and say that I punched a hole in his line, and we had to turn the main off. He was busy, he couldn't help, but that was okay. It was my fault. So I had my wife go and pick up the parts that I needed to splice it back together while I dug a bigger hole so I could actually get in there and fix it. So the time that I spent fixing that would have been the time that I could have put in a new mailbox, and that's all right. We came up with a new idea that didn't incorporate digging a hole, and I got the new mailbox up today, so it looks pretty good, and I'm happy with it. And I was able to come in and draw a little bit, get some things done, but it's Sunday, and so tomorrow I got to go back to work and start the process all over again. But anyway, that's all right. We all got to do what we got to do. So anyway, man, I'm saying anyway a lot. I apologize for that. But anyway, I thank everybody for taking their time out of the day to watch this video and hear me prattle on endlessly sometimes. But hey, give me your thoughts about what I'm working on and what you think of this drawing here and the idea of doing an update of it. Like I said, this was like 30 years old, something like, yeah, it is like 30 years old, which would have made me 26. Now you know how old I am. Anyway, I was just a young guy, and but I think it would be kind of fun. I've got some others, like I said, Young Guns. I got a Stevie Ray Vaughan illustration I did a long time ago. These are all like caricatures, and I think I could do a better job and really kind of punch them up and then display them side by side, kind of like a little before and a little after. I think we should do that. Anyway, once again, thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, hit that like button. If you think somebody else will like it, hit the share. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really encourages me to know that other people have taken an interest in this, and thank you so much. Well, I'm going to say good night. Thank you very much. You all be blessed.